What is up? This is Los, and this is the Talking Place, and I'm here doing a thing, and I'm doing it very, very, very slowly. I am currently trying to figure out exactly how to update my microphone, and it seems like it's pretty easy, but at the same time, it's really not because, you know, it's the constant fighting of what is it that has changed now? What do I have to fix? What is it that's out of sync and not working? And it's like I'm picking up background noise, and then I'm not picking up the microphone. I go to talk and there's a delay, and oh man, it's like, and now I'm scratching my face, and it's like, I don't know, I hear everything. And then I touch a button, I go down the slider a little bit, and I don't hear nothing. So it's like, there's no happy medium. So you're going to get what you get. It's been a while. And I'd like to say it's not my fault, but it is. It's my fault. And see, I'm evolving. I'm getting better. I'm owning up to myself. But it's less my fault because I am, just trying to live, trying to do things, trying to get things, more of a balanced mental state. And I am doing absolutely horrible. I don't know if anybody else is, on the same boat as me, but I'm sure with, the way the world is and how busy life is and how crazy everything is, from just, living. So it's kind of hard. There's a lot of stuff stacked against us these days. And, that is not even taking into account all the extra personal stuff that's going on with everybody, like everybody has their own stuff going on. So it's not just the world at large that's affecting everybody. It's like everybody's own personal battles. So, it's, you just got to stop and, don't flick somebody off real quick, just, they're probably going through something too, like it's always something. So that said, how you doing? What's going on? How's everything going? Hope everything's good. And I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Just busy and crazy. I'm sure overall you're doing okay too, but I hope you are. Hope everything is good. Hope everything is fine and dandy and that you are living the dream as best you can. Hope you're hitting all your goals and doing all your thing that you like to do. I mean that, everybody needs that encouragement. So I'm here. I'm providing for you the encouragement. So if you want me to tell you something specific, if you want me to encourage you very very detailed, let me know. I'll do it in the next show. Give me something to say. I'll say it. You know where to find me. You know how to message me. Speaking of which, I am currently heavily debating having to get back on social media. Not for me, but for my shop. I do not have any care, any will to get back, like for me, for my stuff, I feel like that ship has sailed. I've been out of the loop now for well over a year, I think. And I've been doing it's great. Like I feel like I'm not chained to a feed somewhere. I feel like I'm not doing anything that is like, okay, I got some free time. Let me go open up Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and just sit there and get trapped in it. I'm not doing that. I'm not feeling that. And it's not something that I miss. I don't miss it at all. I do miss whatever interactions I had with, people that I know. But at the same time, most of the people are in the Discord. And if they're not, well, I catch them somewhere else. There's another Discord server that I'll see them in, or there's like, whatever the case. It doesn't matter. Like it's something that I know it's hard because we need some sort of escape. We need some sort of outlet to to escape to. A lot of people, it's social media, and it's like coming from the other side of it that I don't see the need for it anymore. It's easy to judge, I guess, but I'm not judging that way. But yeah, it's something that I feel like for my shop though, my shop would probably benefit from it. I feel like I tried keeping up with it. I tried keeping up with Instagram for my shop, and I also started a Facebook group for it. I have links. I think I have links in the show notes every week. I have a copy and paste thing going on with my show notes. There's like a whole bottom half of it that I just copy and paste every week. So I'm sure the links are in there. But yeah, it's something that I tried to do, and it just felt like a job. That's been my thing. I feel like if it feels like a job, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I don't feel like sitting there and forcing myself to do something I don't want to do. Like, that's been my thing. And I just did a blog post. For the first time in forever, I blogged something yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. No, not yesterday. 2 days ago. See, time is messing me up. But it was Wednesday that I wrote something, and it was, it got wordy like I do, but whatever. It's been a while. What do you want me to do? But I missed it. I really, really do miss sitting there and writing stuff and just like off the wall, like mind to keyboard, like without no filter, no nothing. And it's like, it's fun. It's something I miss doing, and I really need to get back on it because there is a whole bunch that I really want to like document and write out, talk about stuff I'm reading and playing, and like things that I'm into, and like, all this different things that I just want to like get out there. And I don't give myself the time. And that's pretty much what the blog post was about. That, because for a while I was going good. I think it was May. I think May of last year, so coming up on a year, was the last time that I really dedicated like time to write something out for the blog. That I sat there, and it was for mental health awareness. It was analyzing a song, High Ren, if you know about it or not. But the blog post is there. I'll probably put, this is going to have its own show notes, but I'll probably link it up to that blog post and everything because I'm talking about it and all that. But that was the last time. It was May that I really sat down and dedicated time to writing something. I was doing podcasts. And before, whenever I did a podcast, the show notes were pretty generic. It was pretty like I said, copy and paste. I would do the show notes for the podcast, and then I would just take that and I would throw it in a blog post and call it a day. And that's what I did for my show notes for podcasts, for my blog. Everything centralizes there on the blog. I changed it up. And I started to treat my show notes for my podcasts. I started to treat them like they were actual blog posts, and that helped a lot. That helped me to like, it was like a lot more content going on because now I was really combining and merging what I was doing. Because before they were pretty separate, it was pretty much, this is my blog stuff, and then this is my podcast stuff. And it was like two things that I put together, like a vinaigrette, like oil and a vinegar, and I had them together. And yeah, you mix them up, they're going to mix together for a little bit, but they're going to wind up still being separate, you know. But I emulsified it. I put it together, and I feel like now it's a lot more cohesive with my blog, and I like it. I like the way it is. So it's like I take my podcast, whatever I talk about, and I make it into a full on blog post. I put more pictures. So you're gonna get like the basic, super basic show notes for the podcast, but then, you know, if you go to the blog, you're going to see a more fleshed out, more detailed show notes. And I like that. So it's good the way I figured that out. But anyway, so aside from my mental health awareness post that I did in May, I was doing the podcast show notes for the blog. And that was pretty much it. I stopped finding the time to sit there and actually blog like about other random stuff. So it's like I don't know, like I just didn't want to sit there and write. I had other stuff that I was doing. I had other stuff that I was into. I think I was playing more games. I think I was like trying to just chill more, you know, like trying to watch TV and stuff. So it's like I wasn't really sitting there like, okay, I have to do this now, you know, like I wasn't forcing myself to do it. So I guess like that was my big problem. Like I was always treating stuff like I had to do things, and I was always cutting time out that I could have been taking to relax, to do things that I wanted to do for me. And, you know, it's like I lost the balance basically. And it's like I did a few full on blog posts, like peppered in there. I mentioned this I'm pretty much just like, you know, retelling you what I posted on Wednesday. But yeah, I did the dbrand kill switch review, if you remember that. I also did something else. I already forgot what it was, but it was like another big post that I did in there. And now I gotta go look and see. But I, you know, I did stuff. I did a few things, not a lot, but for the most part, I just stopped. I stopped doing it. And it was something that I really, like I said, I really missed doing it. I really missed getting in there and talking about stuff. And, you know, like I said, I still have a lot of stuff that I need to talk about. And it was the Babel review that I did, because see, that's my problem. Cause I reviewed Babel. It was a book that I read in 2023. I think I started in 2024 to write this stuff for these books. You know, I read them in 2023, and I started writing the reviews. My top 5 books of 2023, started writing them in 2024. Look, it's 2026. Okay. And this is like 3 years after the fact that I'm still writing reviews for books that I read 3 years ago. This is bad. This is the problem that I have. And it is not like I don't want to write about the stuff. I think my hang up is that I put too much time into like structure and like formatting and trying to make, so it's like, instead of just writing and throwing it out there, which is like simple, like I could do that super easy. Instead of doing that, I'm writing it, and then I'm like, okay, now I have to find some pictures. Now I have to organize it so it looks like, you know, orderly. So I gotta do that, and then I gotta do the SEO. I gotta do, like, you know, all this. Like, there's so many different levels to posting something for me that it turned into a job. And it's like, I saw it as a way that I really wanted to do it, but at the same time, I was giving myself extra. So I got to rip the Band-Aid off. That's what I got to do. I got to rip the Band-Aid off. I got to figure out a more streamlined process to get things going. And I think I'll be all right. I think I'll be good. So that's what I'm going to do. I got a whole bunch of stuff. That's my other problem. I have a whole list of things that I really want to document and get out there. But then I also have new things that I want to talk about and get out there. So it's like I'm caught between rock and a hard place. What am I doing? Am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Like, so it's like really the point is that there are not enough hours in the day. So it'll be great if we could figure out a way to just add like an extra 10 hours, maybe. That'll be all right. An extra 10 hours, tack them on at the end of the day, whatever, and like, it's like a bonus night. Give us 2 nights in one night and that'll be fine. Everybody could go sleep if they want to, but then other people could hang out and do things that they want to do. That's more time. So I think that'll work. Isn't that called like Alaska? I think that's safe to say, right? Isn't it like always nighttime over there sometimes? Yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I pretty much gave a rundown of the blog post that I did, but if you want to read it, go read it. Like I put a whole bunch of GIFs in there and some more off the cuff thoughts of mine. I am much more tame when I'm podcasting than I am when I'm blogging. So yeah, it's something that like I said, I want to focus more on. And I think I'm going to get back on it and I'm going to get back to it and try to push more to get things going. Yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. I think me sitting here and just like going over the things that I've been doing is not anything anybody wants to hear, really. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that we've been doing here and there and, just not doing, or, I could tell you how messed up my garage is and I got to clean that. We did different things. We went on a cruise back in February. My parents, they wanted to take us on a cruise. So they took us on a cruise for like 3 or 4 days. And that was fun. That was good. That was like the most adventurous thing that we've done. So that was good. But yeah, other than that, everything's been cool, like I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut this one off here. I'm going to go take a little break and maybe come back and talk some other stuff, maybe talk some games. Maybe you'll hear that next week. Maybe it'll be something different. Who knows? Oh no, I'm going to have a Project Hail Mary show. So I'll probably do that one next and then talk about games after that. So, also just a heads up, I got together with Captain Mike. I don't know. I'm sure you probably heard it already. If you're listening to this, you heard it already. So, I got together with Captain Mike, from On Second Thought with Mike and Matt. And we have been in the weeds with retro gaming. He got bit bad by the bug, and so did I. I feel it too. But we've been on the retro gaming kick, and he's been like breeding these handhelds in his basement. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got like so many different handhelds that he is loading them up. Different situations call for different handhelds, and I'm encouraging it, so I cannot say anything. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm excited to keep on going. It's not. I don't think it's something that is like super cemented that we're gonna be in it for the long haul for things. I think when we discussed it, it was just gonna be some sort of like limited engagement kind of thing. We're gonna see how it goes though. Maybe we'll have a lot of fun doing it and just keep it going. But we'll get there when we get there. But for now, it is Retro World Order, and it's gonna be on my feed here. So whenever we do it, you'll see like, a different title. It'll have its own separate numbering structure. I don't do numbers here for my show, but that'll have its own numbered episodes. And you can keep track of it like that. So if you don't want to hear about retro games and all that tinkering that we were doing with that, so you could skip it if you want to skip it. But it should be fun times if you're into it. If you're into gaming, listening to people talk about like older games and what the new hotness is for how to play them these days and all that stuff, you could check it out and go from there. So give it a shot and see how it goes, and go listen to his show. I got his links going on in those show notes. So that's another thing to do. He's always putting out awesome shows. Him and Matt, they do good work over there. So that's good. So peace out. Catch you on the flippity flop, and see you next week talking Project Hail Mary, because man, gotta talk to like, it's going to be hard to keep that at a decent time, because I really have been wanting to talk about it for a while. So, peace out. Take care of yourself. Be safe. All that good stuff. Always remember, take time out for you. Do what you do, and do it for you. So, take care.